I'm Scott Walker. I'm the President and CEO at LifeWise STL. The vans are very reflective of our lifespan of our programming. We use them at every age and every possible way. From little ones in our early child center going on field trips to the zoo or the science museum, to our after-school programming, doing pickup from school and dropping off at home, as well as field trips there as well. At night, we use the vans to take home our high school students who have stayed late till 7 when we don't want to put them on a bus that late at night, to take them home as well. It also includes our seniors. Our seniors have in-service days once a month, and we pick them up and take them home so they don't have to use taxis and public transportation when they can. And it also includes programming over and above that, adult-wise, where we have activities and take groups to Goldfarb School of Nursing for training. So it really does focus across the board and the lifespan of our programming. You know, the vans have gotten to a point whether it's do or die type time. In the nonprofit world, we tend to put capital expenses off because we want to invest the dollars and be a good steward of the dollars in programming where we're impacting lives. So now it's the time where we really have to watch out for the safety of those lives, because the vans have gotten so old and so decrepit. They're not only a safety issue, but they are nickel and diming us to death cost-wise. As we know, all cars and vans, the older they get, the more expensive they are. For us, we've been spending about $9,000 a year on major repair bills. We can probably get that down to just $2,000 a year for oil changes and minor things, so it would have a savings of over $7,000. We have even more than that with gas. Today, we're only getting 7 and 8 miles to a gallon. We can easily double that with new vans, which would save us about $8,400 a year. When you combine those two things, that's $15,000 that we could be putting towards programs and impacts with our scholars and our families, which is where we really want our dollars to be going. You can see the seats are torn and the foam is dried out. We have our ceiling falling down because it comes unglued from all the heat, and they have just served their life and done their purpose, and it's time that they get a retirement as well. Probably the single most important issue, we've talked about cost, savings, we've talked about how beat these are, but really the biggest issue is safety of our little scholars riding these. We all know that vehicles today are much safer than they were 20 years ago. On top of that, the ride in these and the rattling and the jarring, it isn't a good safety place for our kids to be, and almost we would want that for them as you would want that for your own kids. You know, our vision and our strategic plan is only going to need vans even more, for the fact that we know that we can only do so much programming out of the spaces we're in. So our goal strategically is to do more programming in more spaces in the city, not invest in buildings, but invest in programs. And we will have to transport people to those spaces because they aren't going to be in a walkable distance from our neighborhood. So the need for van and transportation is only going to grow as we expand our impact in the city. As you can see, when we buy something, we keep it and we try and take good care of it and keep it for a long time, so it's a good use of dollars. And the vans, having a space to be put into, will help with that as well. We will build this new garage down at the northwest part of our property. It'll take up 5 of our existing spaces. It'll be a double stall garage, 2 of them built together. It'll have the same architectural design as our storage shed does, so it'll look very consistent. The other piece it'll do is it'll give us some additional storage in the roof area for things that we now have to store in the building. So it has multiple benefits besides the vans. So our goal for this whole project to build a storage for 4 vans and to bring in 4 new vans is $250,000. About $133,000, $140,000 of that will be the building itself. It'll be a building that is very solid, low maintenance, will last for years and decades ahead, and then the rest of it will be on vans. Our goal is not to invest in brand new vans, but to invest in vans that we don't have to take that depreciation hit on, but are very dependable and still got a long life ahead of them. So again, we can be good steward of our donated dollars. It also says something to our families and our kids when we have newer, not beat up, falling apart items. It tells us that they are important. It tells them that they are important, and that's critical as well. So we need you to donate, whatever way that works for you. Write us a check, donate stock. We have credits, YOP and NAP, that can stretch your donation and make it even bigger, if so. We can also work out a multi-year donation if that's beneficial for you. It's very critical that we invest the dollars today in this new project versus continuing to invest dollars in rehabbing old equipment. Help us build a brighter future for our youth in St. Louis.